I'm Joanne from Magpies Cottage.
I'm Amy.
Nice to see you again.
Happy 4th of July, even though it's the 3rd of July when we're taping this.
Yep.
So.
Yep, it is the 3rd. I have my granddaughter this week, and I don't know, I want to go let her see fireworks. I don't know where I want to go yet.
I have the best place if you're going to do it in Sheboygan.
Yeah.
Okay. Go down Indiana Avenue. Okay. And if you go down like around 6 o'clock, you'll be able to park on Indiana Avenue yet. Okay? But you go down Indiana and you take Indiana all the way to the end. Like, east to the lake.
Yeah.
And then there is a walking path that leads to the beach. And you can take that walking path and literally sit at the end of the walking path.
Oh, okay.
And it's not far. Okay? Now, if you're more adventurous, then you can take the same walking path because there's a walking path on the lake side of the Blue Harbor.
Right.
And then if you go all the way to the end, like where the South Pier is, there's this big old grassy open field there.
Okay.
And that's a possibility. That is like the two best places.
I was hoping not to go at 6 though, like to go at 9.
That will not happen. You will you won't find any place to park.
Well, I was thinking even if I went like to maybe Sheridan Park on South 14th, because you can see right over the top all
you
those
won't
factories.
see any of the low ones because there's trees and buildings in the way.
Well, see there, you kind of look over the top of all the buildings. In my house, I can hear them. I'm like at the echo part of it for sure.
Yeah.
But there's too many trees, so I can't see
You could also
'em.
consider going like somewhere on top of the hill on Lakeshore Drive.
Yeah, I have a friend that lives there right by 7th and Union.
Take some crafting and a lawn chair. I take my knitting every year. Every year I take knitting. I am taking this. And this will maybe be finished tonight because what we're going to do, our plan, this is what we do every year. We go out to eat. We're probably going to do Mexican, like one of those two Mexican restaurants down in Indiana. And then we'll park at the end of Indiana. And then we'll walk, and we'll probably walk down somewhere along Blue Harbor area.
Okay.
And then we'll have our lawn chairs, and we'll sit there. So we're planning on going to have dinner like around 5:30.
Okay.
And then we'll sit there, and we'll bring a little cooler along with some beverages, and won't need snacks because we'll just have eaten a big dinner.
Right. Right.
So that's what we're doing.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still undecided where I'm gonna sit.
Well,
I'll figure it out when I get there.
The old guy says to me, "You don't want to go see? You want to go see the fireworks? Why do we have to go down there?" And I'm thinking, he was the guy. This is 40 years worth of. This is the guy who wants to always see fireworks. And I'm going, what? Now I'm not supposed to go see the fireworks? No. I'm sorry. Me and John Adams, man.
Yeah.
When John Adams was writing a letter, I don't know if this is folklore or whatever, but it was in the 5th grade history books about John Adams writing his letter home to his wife after the Declaration of Independence was signed. And John Adams says to his wife that this day will be celebrated forevermore with parades, parties, picnics, and fireworks.
Yeah.
And that's why you got to do it.
But that's not today, that's tomorrow.
Well, true. But, the whole city of Sheboygan gets weird over, we can't do anything on a Sunday, okay?
Which, I didn't know that. I've only been here, 20 years now, but maybe it just never happened on a Sunday.
Oh, yeah, it has. This has been a
it's
huge
not
debate.
Every 7 years because of, leap year.
No, it's happened before.
I'm sure it's happened before, but not that I can
But what they've
recall
done
those
in
around.
previous years, and this is what's weird about it this year, I will say this is unusual this year, in that in previous years, when the 4th fell on Sunday, they always celebrated it on whatever day is declared the federal holiday. Now, the federal holiday is Monday.
Yeah.
So then, theoretically, it should be celebrated on Monday. But why they're doing all this Saturday stuff, I don't know.
To me, it makes sense. Who
I guess
wants
it
to go
kind of
late
does.
on a Monday,
Yeah, I guess it kind
and you
of
got to
does.
work on Tuesday.
It does. I'm not arguing that point.
that
You know,
way.
it probably does. But it will be, a weird day because today, I mean, we're here videotaping, okay, and there's a parade going down the 8th Street in
9
Sheboygan
o'clock. I think
9.
it started.
Yeah, so we're skipping the parade, but that's okay. The parade to me is not a parade. It is a walking billboard. I just hate the parade because it's all this advertising, and then you got people handing papers and crap at you, and
yeah. Kids only like it for the candy. But I remember one year.
Well, and I'm not sure they can throw out candy because of the whole pandemic thing.
Oh, one year, Disney came to the 4th of July parade. It was like Disney's, I don't know, 100th birthday or something.
In Sheboygan?
In Sheboygan.
Disney, it was not 4th of July. It was in August.
Was
Disney
it?
came and did a parade. And I will tell you how I remember it. It was in...
It was in the 2000s.
It was in 98.
Was it 98?
1998, year of the flood. It was like around August 8th. And I'll tell you this because the flood was August 6th. And I'll never forget that. And that parade was held like within a week or so after this flood. And there was big debates of whether or not we should even have such a parade because so much of the city was in a mess, from the flood and that stuff. But yet they did. And in the end, I mean, we took a break from cleaning and shoveling crap out of our basement to take the kids to the Disney parade. I remember that.
Yeah, I thought that one was an unusual.
Yeah, but that was in August of 98.
Yeah,
exactly what day, I'm not sure really. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but I don't mind a good parade. But I guess it's my dad. Always loved. He never missed parades.
Okay.
He was in drum corps, and he just loved doing that. My dad was a drummer at a drum corps, and so definitely going to the parade was a big deal in my family, and we always had the same spot. And the whole family collected there, and then of course as we grew up and moved on, Mom and Dad still went to that same spot, and the whole family gathered at the same spot.
Okay.
That was our spot. And, like now, I mean, people going out there and putting lawn chairs out at 5 in the morning and all of that stupid stuff. You know what? People who do that kind of stuff take away all the fun of parades to me. Yeah. And I don't even go anymore. I like a good parade, and if I knew I wouldn't have to deal with that garbage, I would.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what... I don't get the whole staking out your area either. Or even right now, I bet there's blankets all over the beach.
Oh, sure.
People staking out their spot for 4th of July. And they're nowhere in sight.
No.
So.
Well, yeah.
And then they get crabby if somebody walks on them. It's like, what the hell? You're lucky nobody steals it.
Well, and it's really, in my mind, and a commentary on how much of a me society we've become.
Yeah.
And, what I find ironic about that is that all of these things about this holiday that annoy us is me kind of attitude, which I really hate, okay? And yet it was about a country coming together, And, interesting. But nonetheless, happy 4th of July.
Yeah. Happy 4th of July. We're a knitting podcast.
Yes, we are. But that was a whole lot of non-knitting stuff.
Yeah.
So.
What are you wearing? Nothing. Neither one of us.
No knitting today.
No.
Although, I did have this thought. I got to tell you this. I didn't tell you this yet. Okay, so when I was delivering all of my end of the school year gifts to my students, one of the students had given me yarn. Okay. And I had told you about the yarn, which I thought was extremely thoughtful.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And there was a set of crochet hooks in there, which I thought was extremely thoughtful. But I went to the bottom of the bag. There were also earrings.
Oh.
And in there's 2 pair. One is bright 4th of July earrings, which I'm going to wear tomorrow.
Okay.
And then, they're like real glittery, whatever. And then another pair of hoops. But the cool thing is, in the bottom of the hoop, somebody crocheted in the hoop.
Oh, okay.
And it is so cool. So I haven't worn them because I'm lazy lately and haven't put earrings in.
Yeah.
I'm lucky I still got holes. But I know I do because I did wear them last week. But at any rate, these, and they're blue and they're beautiful. I love them.
Cool.
So yeah, I'll have to wear those some night when I come out or whatever. But they're really cool earrings.
Good.
Yeah. I found that in the bag, and I saw the yarn right away, and I knew I told you about the yarn.
Yeah.
But these earrings,
that's nice.
they were just so thoughtful. Knowing that I am a fiber person, and this is a kid that I literally met in person once.
Yeah.
And this kid put this gift to me together that is just stunning, and it blew me away. So I was thoroughly impressed with that.
Good. So, okay, what do you have that you finished?
I have a cowl.
All right.
This is Pick a Pop. It is by Stephanie Latvin, and it starts out, you knit the first part here flat, and then you join in the round later, and then you knit in the round. It's all stripes or different stitch patterns, but no color work. She's got several patterns that are color work, but this one is just texture. And I just love this one. And it's 4 mini skeins. Now I knit mine.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
4 mini skeins.
Good way to use up your mini skeins. People are always looking for patterns for that.
Yeah, and I didn't. There was no yarn chicken involved. I did fine.
Okay.
And it goes quick. It's a real quick knit. So yeah, so it's called Pick a Pop
Okay.
by
very
Stephanie Latvin.
nice.
So that's my FO for the week.
I had an FO and an almost FO. My FO is my little crochet purse. I put a picture out there on social media when I finished it, but here it is. It's crocheted, a mosaic crochet. I wanted something I could throw money and my phone in, and this will work. Oh, I got some stickers in there. It's got the nice metal zipper. It's a blue jean zipper, and I just put this chain stitch drawstring on it, but mosaic crochet out of bamboo pop. It was recommended to use cotton, but I really like it.
I do too.
The stitch is called Apache Tears. You start with the zipper, and I thought that this was such a unique thing, and I actually found it on Ravelry with a couple different designers.
Oh,
so I
really?
guess it's kind of a common thing where you do like with an embroidery, you can do it with an embroidery needle or a crochet hook, but you do like the lazy daisies or the chain stitch, same thing, and go all the way around. Like
on the zipper tape.
On the zipper tape, yeah. You go all the way around. And then you just crochet in the outside loop of that all the way.
Oh my.
Yeah. Yeah, the mosaic crochet, you're always only crocheting in the back loop. Unless you're doing a drop stitch. So yeah, that's my FO. And then my almost FO, this is from that Tina Crochets, her Mosaic Stars. I got ends to weave in, so it's not done. But yeah, I like that. And then I have some rings up front. I think I'm going to make some more and put them in rings so they're like a mandala, but it's smaller.
Wow.
Yeah, I got some ends to weave in. If I would have been paying attention, I would have crocheted over them while I was going, but I didn't.
Yeah, first time through.
Yeah, I was kind of trying to follow the video and do it at the same time. So I was doing it from the YouTube video, not from
I tell you,
pattern.
how did we learn how to do this stuff without YouTube?
I don't know.
Criminy.
I don't know. I'm lost without it. So those are my FOs. What do you have in progress?
2 things.
Okay.
I think you might have seen this in progress. This is Waterline. I've made substantial progress on it since the last time you saw it, I think. This is called Waterline. It's a shawl that's knit on the long end, or on the long way. So it's actually, I think, going to be more like a little bit of a wide scarf. But it has these short rows that create a contrast color. All right, and it's just made with, that's a yarn over knit 2 together stitch. But you get these wedges, and then so the contrast goes like this, zigzags back and forth.
Oh,
and you get the wedges in between.
Yeah.
And so it uses, I'm almost this is what's, you know, I got a good chunk of this left, but I will probably in the last short row section use up, you know, about half of this yet.
Okay.
And so I'm thinking it's a skein and a half and 1 mini.
Okay.
And or leftover, whatever, you know, that would work too. And I am using, it's called Fog. This is dyed by Laurel.
Okay.
And it's her Fog in the Forest. And
Blue
then,
Doxy Dyed Works.
yeah, Blue Doxy Dye Works. And it is, I love this color. It is so
Yeah.
pretty. And so the green pulls out all the speckles that are in here. But what's kind of
Yeah.
cool about the way she speckled it is it broke and you get flecks of blue and red in addition to the flecks of green and gold.
Yeah.
And so it really, I mean, such a subtle speckle, but such a huge impact. So I love this. This is going to be one of my favorites. I
Cool.
know, because I just think
Excellent.
it's just gorgeous. So,
Very
and
nice.
I, you know, I'm finding that I find shawls like this that's just really kind of a long scarf. I find these real easy to wear,
Oh, sure.
you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know, and I'm gonna have to figure out. I must have 30 shawls at least
Oh, really?
at home that I can rotate through. I could probably
And
go a
when
month.
we were at ZK, you didn't bring any.
I know, it's so stupid, huh? Not one. Not one.
Uh-huh.
I
Oh,
have,
my.
I mean, yeah. I could have brought any number of shawls
Yeah.
and worn one every day, and I didn't even think of it.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
dumb.
I remembered it got cold there, so I took 2 ponchos.
Well, I had a hoodie along.
Yeah. But yeah, I took 2 ponchos. The Modulancho and then the Cedar Valley that I designed.
Well, and I could have brought my Modulancho. You know, I mean, the last ZK we were at was when that pattern
when
came
that
out.
released, yep.
So, yeah, why didn't I bring it? I don't know.
I don't know. What else are you working on? You said you have 2.
I have 2. Yes, I brought a gnome.
Oh, okay.
Well, where is it? Oh, I just
see an
have,
arm.
I have arms. I have 2 arms
Oh, you have 2
and a
again?
hat. Yeah, I did the second one.
You mean the 3rd one?
Yeah. Oh, stop it. Okay, I literally was trimming off an end and I cut a stitch on an arm, so I had to redo it because these little I-cord arms, there they are. I had woven in the tail from the cast-on end, and yeah. So there's one arm. Here's the other one. 2 arms done, and then this is my hat. And I will tell you, doing this ruching on this black yarn, okay, that was a pain in the butt. Remind me, never again.
Well, that ruching is perfect though for like a witch's.
Well, that's
kinda
what this is
hat.
going to be. If you
Yeah,
know, this is
so that's
this one's
perfect.
name. This name is not. Usually, I do my names for my gnomes with a N, so I can do the GN and play with it and
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
No, this one's going to be Witchy Poo. That's what her name is.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Witchy Poo.
Very nice.
But yeah, so I gotta finish up. And her beard is gonna be this color. And that's why, like, her hands are that green. And so her beard will be this color, this green. And then this variegated is what I'm using on her body.
You know, I used to wonder how did lady gnomes have beards? I always thought that was kind of weird. But then I went through menopause and now I
Oh, that is so true.
know. Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So yeah, lady gnomes have beards. She's gonna have I think I'm gonna do the long stringy one.
That you knit or you don't knit when you.
You
Block
knit,
it.
but don't block.
Okay.
I'm going to pull it out before I block it.
Okay, then it'll be straight.
And then it'll
Okay.
be straight. And so that's what I think I'm going to do with this one. So that's why I've got this little ball and then the other ball because you got to use it 2 strands
Doubled.
together for that.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yep. So that's
That's
my
it.
second FO.
Okay, well, I
Or-
have a couple of things. One thing I brought, because it's been a while, is I'm working on my English paper piecing. Here is how far I am on the baby blanket. This is a little better than half. Oop, I dropped one. But these are all fussy cut, as you can kind of see, some are exactly fussy cut and some are just sort of, you know, like the wave just is kind of matching in the same direction. I didn't make sure it matched up. But some of them are very precisely cut to have the
I can see that,
same,
like here.
You know,
got these bugs. I think these are bugs in this one. You got
and
those.
even like these blue flowers here are exactly the same.
Wow.
Yeah, but
Do you
some
think
are
you
not.
waste a lot of fabric when you fussy cut like that?
Well, yeah, you can waste a few inches, but you know, I have bins and bins of fabric, like you have bins and bins of yarn, so a little gone in the trash is okay. So,
okay.
yeah, so this is where I am. I'm getting there.
Okay, so now the papers are coming out, but once it's sewn together, like you have it.
Really, once you have all 6 sides sewn, you could take the papers out. But some of them want to just fall out, and others I'm going to have to get wet.
Okay.
So I decided to wait till the end. There's people that talk both ways. Some, you know, the minute they have all 6 sides sewn, they take the paper out. Other people wait till the very end because they like it stiff. But like the edges, you have to leave the papers in till they're sewn.
Okay.
So what I haven't decided yet, well, maybe I have, is how I'm going to finish it. I think I'm going to sew it on the machine and sew a border on. I might...
Well, you're going to have to do like a partial.
Right, I'm going to have to do some half hexies on the end. And on the sides, you have this, like this. I might do half hexies there too. Or I could just cut, no, because if I just cut it off, then you'd miss like some of these.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to have to do a row of half hexies there too. And I might not even do it half. I might do most of it and then just
but
cut
what
it.
you could do is you could straighten it out by doing a rhombus and cut the rhombus in half.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe just make like the hexie, but cut it off right here. And then put those on, and then I can take a rotary cutter, make them all even, and sew a border on that way. So that's what I'm thinking there. And then, like I said, on this end, I'll have to put some half hexies in, and then just try to fold these all out. And so, yeah, so it's still taking a while. I haven't worked on it much since I have my grandkid there for the weekend. I get a messy kitchen table, like, because usually I just have this on the table, and in the morning with my coffee, I work on it. But every morning I get up and all kinds of crap there. I said, you walk in the kitchen to put away your dishes and your garbage. I said, you can't make it 3 steps more to get to the sink or the garbage can.
No,
I
the
guess
table?
not. No, the table's where it lands. So
that's what you call adolescents.
Yeah.
They become normal people eventually.
Eventually. Okay, and then another project in one of my project bags.
Yeah.
Is the Muscleburk hat. I started it for ZK because I wanted some mindless knitting. Because even though my hands are messed up, I wanted to knit. So this is
cool how it is striping.
Yeah, that's the zebra yarn. It's actually pooling. It is not striping. If you look at any...
Well, okay, it doesn't go all the way around. You're right.
Right. If you look at any one row, it doesn't go around. It's just pooling, and the pooling moves by a couple stitches every row.
Very cool.
Yeah. So that's my Muscleburk hat.
Now, who designed that? It's got a name.
Isolde Teague. Muscleburk.
Why?
Isolde Teague.
Because it starts with a pinhole.
Muscleburk, was that in the war?
Maybe.
Something in the war. I read the story. She had it written there. It's like it was designed back in the war for the soldiers, because this is the long one where you tuck it in. It's like this.
It's double thick.
18 inches long, and then you tuck it in. And I guess it was designed back in the war, and the soldiers could wear it for a scarf around their neck or a hat when they doubled it up.
Hey, I want to knit one of these.
They were originally designed, they were just the tube. And then when you got to the top or bottom, you folded it in half and sewed halfway in, and then you folded it the other way in half and sewed halfway in. So they didn't do any increases and decreases. But his old Atiques pattern has increases and decreases. So
Well,
it's a
I
little
think it would be
shapelier.
fun to like knit one in, say, a self-striping,
Uh-huh.
and then knit the other half that goes inside or outside, depending upon which way you want to do it, in a matching solid.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of
and
fun
they
to
could
do.
fold it either way. And the Crazy Sock Lady does a lot of these. She's probably made 10 of them, I bet. And what's nice is you can use leftovers, like your ball of yarn, and then if it's like 3/4 that, and then you use something else, that could be on the inside, and you'd never see it. Or if you flip it around, it would be on the outside, but only like this part, and it wouldn't be on the cuff. The cuff would be the other color.
Fun.
Yeah, so it's kind of nice if you can divide it like 3/4 and 1/4. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so this is a fun pattern. This
have to
I
knit one
just
of those.
dyed this up. This is the zebra yarn. This one is non-superwash. I think I have the green and yellow mixed, pink and blue on the website. I also have this gray dyed. I just haven't put it on the website yet. This is the fingering weight one. I'm going to have DK soon too.
And now the hat calls for fingering, right?
Right, one full skein of fingering. And no, the pattern has the gauge and stitch count for any weight yarn. You just pick the right needle for the right yarn, and it has all the numbers.
Oh, I'd even like that even better.
Yeah, so you can do it in the other ones.
You know, because I'm thinking I've got some leftovers, like from, DK weights and whatever, and you just, you can
Yeah.
come up with a reasonably good striping pattern just
Sure.
using your leftovers.
Yeah, and I decided to use a size 3 with the fingering weight yarn. So
Mailman?
I think that's the mailman.
Yeah.
Yep. I had a package to go out, so he probably just came in and grabbed it.
Yeah, you did.
So that's my Muscleburk hat.
I gotta write that down. Oh, actually,
And-
it'll be on the
Show notes.
Show notes. Muscleburk.
And
Remember
one
that.
more thing, I'm full of it today,
Oh,
is
yes, she is.
I'm working on that crochet
I'm
top.
way behind.
And this is how far. I'm already on the 3rd ball, and the 3rd ball's nearly gone.
I guess crocheting
This
takes
is-
is
yeah.
yarn eating.
I knew it was yarn eating. I think this is going to end up being a heavy top, too. I hope I have enough yarn. But according to the pattern, I only have 4 more rows of raglan increases. I don't know if that looks like enough. Well,
I don't know either.
maybe. I don't know. We'll see. So this stitch is really cool.
It's pretty. I like the texture
It's
of
called
it.
the single crochet seed stitch, and it's single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, and then when you come by the next row, you're working into the spaces, not the stitches.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, mine, the knit version of said tee, is nowhere further along than the last time you saw it, which was I had joined in the round on the neck. But I am not, and so I'm working my way down. But I'll be honest with you, I haven't worked on it all
Okay.
week. I got this test knit going on, and I should finish that probably tomorrow. I think that's what I'm going to do. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to do a knitting morning,
Okay.
coffee and yarn,
Okay.
and I'm going to just finish that. I'm on the last section, the last clue. Okay, what this is, and I can only give you limited info because it's still secret. In September, I believe it's coming out in September, Lisa Ross is going to do another mystery knit along. Last year, if you remember, a lot of people did garden variety, and this is in the same vein. I can say that as garden variety, and I think pre-sales for the mystery knit along go up in August, and the wrap will require a set of 6 minis, but they have to be big minis. You know how some minis are like 80, 90 yards, and some minis are 130 yards?
Right, the 33-gram minis.
Yeah.
Are the 130
Yeah,
yards.
you need the bigger set, the bigger size. So if you have leftovers, they would work, definitely. But then weigh them so you know that you have enough yardage.
Right.
And then I believe it's, yes, 2 full skeins and of fingering weight. And I can't say any more other than it's a mystery knit along, and it's a mystery. And I am testing it for her, and we'll finish that. I think what I need to do right now is I've got a lot of irons in the fire of little things, you know, or am close to being done with a lot of things. And so I want to finish my gnome. I want to finish my shawl. I want to finish my test. And once I get these things off the needles, then I want to go back and be a little bit more monogamous, or maybe alternate between 2.
Yeah.
Because right now I've got too many irons in the fire, and it's driving me nuts.
Oh, okay.
So, getting something off the needles would be a good thing.
I guess now we're up to what's new in the shop. I got a whole bunch more of quilting, sewing, English paper piecing notions.
Okay.
And these are my 2 favorites.
Pattern block shapes. Okay.
Yeah.
As a 4th grade teacher, I know that these are different shapes that will be used, pattern blocks for quilting. I get that. However, in 4th grade geometry, we teach tessellating, which is when you take angles and match them up, and you come up with a repeatable pattern using pattern block shapes.
Right.
Which is what quilting is.
English paper piecing is totally that.
Yes, exactly. So if I had time when I was teaching my last year of real school, I would have taught quilting, you know, but taught tessellating in terms of quilting. So when I looked at these in the basket this morning, and like, oh my gosh, it's pattern block shapes. I have sets of these at home in my teacher stash.
Oh, okay.
That are the ones we use for teaching. About shapes and angle measurement and all of this important stuff. And so I laugh when I look at these because they're pattern block shapes. Now, granted, the quilting variety has different sizes of the hexagons. And so that's what this really is all different sizes of hexagons. But I looked at the back, and in your standard pattern block shapes, these are the ones you would have. Because the pentagon does tessellate with a square, just so you know. And of course, then you've got the rhombus. Okay, can I just say this? This is one of my pet peeves. See this shape right here? Right there. That's a rhombus.
Okay.
Okay.
We might call it diamonds.
They call it diamonds.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is what I literally would do in my classroom. I would point to my finger. This is a diamond.
Okay.
This is a rhombus.
Okay.
There we go. Math moment aside. Drives me nuts because, oh, those are diamonds. No! In math, they're rhombus.
Yeah.
Okay. And I started even with Cora. Now, Cora's just finished 2nd grade. And, you know, she's pretty good at math. That's actually one of her favorite subjects. And we were talking about shapes. I had some quilting stuff out. And we were talking about shapes. And she was talking about diamonds. And I said to her, Cora, we're mathematicians here. This is a diamond. This is a rhombus. Never again is it ever called a diamond. You are smarter than that. I told her. Because it's just a pet peeve of mine, you know.
Yep.
In geometry, it's a rhombus. Well, anyways, she's got this great set here.
Yeah. This is going to be really nice for me to use for my fussy cutting, because the paper you can't see through quite well.
But these being clear,
you can, and you can do it 2 ways. You can put it on the back and draw around it with a pen, or you can actually use this with a rotary cutter and cut
I
that
would think
way.
the
You
larger
can do it
ones
either
would
way.
be working nice with a rotary cutter, but I would think the smaller
The
ones.
smaller ones you might want to draw.
Yeah.
And then when you draw them, you can just use the scissors and cut it out.
Well, I would just take a marker.
Yeah, it comes the size. Now, when you measure, hexagons for quilting. I don't know for math, but when you're measuring, this biggest one is a 3-inch, and it's 3-inch from that hole to that
It's
hole.
side length.
It's, yeah, one side. And this actually has a 1/4-inch seam allowance added to it.
Oh,
So
well,
this
that's
one's
nice.
a little bigger. This would be like 3.5.
So what they're
But-
saying is when they say it's a 3-inch hexagon, they're saying the side length of a finished one with the 1/4-inch seam allowance is 3 inches.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Well-
Whereas sometimes when I'm looking for them on the internet, when I was,
Mm-hmm.
before I got this set, they would measure across the whole thing, so the 3-inch was actually a 6-inch
Okay.
when it's going side to side. So this will be really cool. And you get 8 pieces with a keychain to keep them together, and it's only $12. I was
Well,
like,
that is a
that's
good
a
deal.
good deal. But okay, and then my second favorite notion, this is a bobbin boat to keep your bobbins in. I've always had one they call a donut, and it's a circle like this. It's a piece of silicone where you just set your bobbins in, and they don't roll all around your drawers.
I got a box.
But this is nice and straight, and I can pick this up and take it with me when I'm doing my English paper piecing. I just put it in a little pouch, kind of like this. I could put all my English paper piecing in here. Thread in there, my pieces in there, everything.
So
So-
you wind bobbins, you're using.
That's what I use for the English paper piecing to take with me. I just use bobbins.
Oh,
Yeah. That's why I have so many bobbins on that shelf. Is because, yeah, I use pre-wound bobbins to keep my thread on to take with me. Because when you do English paper piecing, you want a lot of colors. Because you have to match at least one of the colors so you don't see the stitches.
oh,
Otherwise, you'd see all the stitches. It's not like sewing machine where they're on the back.
got it.
Yep, so those are my 2 favorite notions. I got a whole bunch more. You'll have to come in the store or look on the website to see the new additional ones.
Okay.
So then we got a couple new yarns in too.
Gray mohair.
Yep, that one is called Pebble,
It is beautiful.
and this color is called Snowman.
They are gorgeous. All right. Love notes.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta knit one. I'm going to use some Ella Ray Silky Kid Merino, just like this, in a gold. And that's what my Love Notes is going to be. Love Notes is a cropped pullover that is so versatile, quick, easy knit, big needles, but you hold a strand of fingering and a strand of mohair together. And it makes the most lovely, lovely sweater. Now, you can knit Love Notes in a DK without the mohair if you don't like mohair. But I just
Yeah.
think this mohair is gorgeous.
So it's like done on size 10 or 10 and a half needles.
Yeah, it's big needles.
So the mohair will help keep its shape. Mohair's sticky. It'll hold its shape better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I am
So
going to
those-
knit Love Notes out of some of this mohair.
Yeah.
But
2 additional colors. We got a bunch of other ones.
oh, really?
We've shown. Well, I
We've
mean,
had
2,
this. This is
2
not-
new ones.
Yeah, these are the new
We've
colors.
had the other
We've got, I
colors.
know that there's a light blue over there. There's a pale pink, like a baby pink.
A bright blue.
Uh-huh.
Black.
Was there a red too?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's
A
red.
black?
Black, yep.
And I
Yeah.
scarped up all the gold, so I don't know how much gold we have left.
Okay.
I mean, because I didn't figure out how much yardage I need yet.
Okay.
So that's why I put the gold away.
No,
might
you
show-
didn't. You left it on the counter. I put it away.
Well, oh, thank you. You know what? It was not a good moment.
No, you were having trouble with your crazy yarn.
Was trying to wind my yarn for my next project, and it was looped. It wasn't just because it was crazy, although it was crazy. It was looped around, and you know when you're winding, sometimes it just gets like somebody went backwards. And that's what happened with this one skein. And I had yarn all over the place. I was not a happy girl.
No.
So, yes, I forgot to put the gold yarn in the vault.
Yes.
Sorry.
That's okay. I did it. Then, show this one first, because that shows it off the best.
Okay.
We got Universal Deluxe DK Tweed Superwash.
Oh, it's beautiful.
There's 284 yards.
Makes me want to knit it.
Yeah. This, people asked about it for the fireworks, which is the Marie Green Knit Along of the Year, Olive Knits. That started on July 1st. I sold us a couple sweater quantities of this stuff. It's beautiful.
I think this is mine.
Yeah.
I love this color.
Yep. This is the denim.
Did you show this one?
No, I love that one.
This one.
Camel. That one's called
beautiful.
Camel. It is gorgeous. It's not gold and it's not brown. It's somewhere in between.
It's beautiful though. But yeah, so it's gorgeous yarn. It's soft.
Yeah.
It will work perfect for that sweater. And oh, this one's me.
Yeah. And it's very affordable. I mean, with the pattern and all the yarn, it was like $89 for one and $68 for the other person. The other person had their pattern already pre-bought because you got it on sale if you pre-bought.
Right, if you bought it earlier. But it's
yeah.
called Fireworks, is it?
Fireworks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be in the top hot right now in Ravelry if you're looking for it.
Yeah.
Fireworks.
Yeah, by Marie Green.
Mm-hmm.
She does this 4-day knit along thing every year. I have done it in 4 days. I knit one, my first one. I've done it. And
at the first ZK.
Yeah. I knit Stillwater. Well, actually, I knit most of the sweater at ZK.
Yeah, on the sleeves on the way home.
And it can be done in 4 days. You know, and I mean, I wasn't knitting a small size. Heaven's sakes, if I was knitting a small size, I could do it in 3. You know? But it's dedicated knitting, all right? It's not like you're going to, you know, sit down and watch TV at night and knit a couple rows, you know?
No.
It's marathon.
Like, 10, 12-hour days of knitting. Get it done in 4 days.
Yeah. Well, generally speaking, this is something I do. And this actually came out of test knitting. I kind of figure out how long it takes me. So, like, I know a shawl like the one I'm testing right now, I keep track.
Of hours?
Of hours. And so I can tell you that, I probably put 50 hours into a sweater.
Okay.
Okay. So, it does, I keep track of, I know how long, I know how many yards I can knit in a week under normal circumstances. I know how many yards I can knit in an hour. I know how many rows I can knit in an hour. I pay attention to that. I know that sounds really anal and really stupid, but if you are trying to work within a time frame or a deadline, you can plan your knitting.
How many hours a day do you think you knit?
That depends. I had great plans. You know, I said this Thursday night when I was here. I am having a knitting day on Friday. I was going to get up. I was going to knit, finish up my test knit, and there are sections in this thing. And I was going to do these 2 sections, and then I was going to take a break, give my hands a rest, eat some breakfast, do a couple chores around the house, because I did have a few things I needed to get done. And then I was going to spend the afternoon doing the rest of it, and it was going to be off the needles. And if I was really lucky, my plan was that I was going to also get it on the blocking mat. And block it right away, because then it's done.
Right.
Well, that didn't happen. I did get the first section done, but then my husband asked me to do a couple things for him, and then I had, we have to replace our air conditioning. So then the air conditioning contractor, 2 of them came to do estimates, and I'm taking time yakking with them, and then I had to chat with the neighbor when I took Libby out once, and then we ended up yakking for like 45 minutes, and, you know, there went my day.
Yeah.
So there it was. Ron was coming home from work, and, well, I had that first part done, but nowhere near the second. And so, yeah, a little disappointed in how well my day was not going the way it was supposed to. So, some days, if I don't have Cora around, I can get up in the morning and knit till 10:30, 11. And I'd be sneaky about it. I do things so that I look like I didn't sit and knit all day.
Okay.
Because then the old guy comes home and he looks down his nose at me like, what do you do, sit around doing nothing all day? Knitting is not nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
But generally, I plan my day with coffee and knitting in the morning, chores or whatever else I'm doing between 10 to 3 kind of thing, and then from 3 to making supper time, depending upon what I'm making for dinner, I knit a little bit then, and then I knit in the evening. Now, if I was going to be doing any weaving or quilting or doing something else, some of my knitting would have to be postponed.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, that's kind of how I do it. Now, today, we're going to be working together out in the camper, so I won't have a lot of knitting time. But I figure while I'm waiting for the fireworks tonight, I'll get caught up. And I'll take my headlight along so that even if the light gets low, not, you know, like before the fireworks, if the light gets low, I'll still be able to see. So, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. All right. I think that's it.
Boy.
We wanted a quick show, and we've been talking for 45 minutes. It's not quick.
Who cares?
No. I said it's the 3rd of July, a Saturday and a beautiful day. I don't think I'm going to have any customers at all. Not one. If I did, it'd be, you know, probably somebody running in for a needle because theirs is lost.
They broke a double point.
Yeah.
Or something silly like that.
Yeah. You know, I never have people come in and say they broke these knitter prides, though.
Really?
No. I had a lot of people that lost them in the car. They rolled down the seat and never can find them again.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Lost ones, yes. I've never had anybody say they broke the Knitter's Pride wood ones, which is kind of amazing.
That is.
Yeah.
I like Knitter's Pride for doing things like hats. I love their 16-inch circs on the wood. Oh, man. Great for hats.
Yeah.
Or carbons. Those. Yeah. The problem with the carbons is being a black needle.
Oh, yeah.
I have trouble seeing my stitches, especially if I got a dark color on a black needle. But do I love the tips? Yes. Do I love the barrel? Yes. But yeah, that whole seeing dark yarn doesn't work real good for me.
Yeah. I just bought a short tip carbon for my interchangeables. What are they, 4-inch? They're really, they look smaller than 4-inch. I haven't tried them yet, but I got them there ready.
You know, it's amazing how we talk about our tools.
It is. It's all about the tools. You got to have good tools.
I think so.
I mean, mechanics have good tools. Carpenters have good tools. Knitters have to have good tools, too.
Okay.
So do sewists. They never call them sewers. It's okay, you know, when you call them sewers, but if you'd write it out, that spells sewer.
Right.
So that's why they're sewists.
When did that word get invented? I always thought people who sewed were seamstresses.
Yeah, I think the sewist I've only seen around maybe the last 5-6 years. I've really seen it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
don't know why they needed to change the name.
No. Seamstress or quilter. Now it's just sewist.
Well, and maybe because a seamstress generally refers to garment sewing. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I kind of was guessing. It's both quilters and tailor kind of, you know, garment sewers. It's all together. I don't know. It is what it is.
Language is a funny thing.
I know. You would think you got a dictionary, it's set. But no, they add and subtract words every year.
Well, language is a growing thing, and certainly there's a lot more meaning, you know, than a dictionary definition that is conveyed through language. I mean, culture is conveyed through language, all kinds of stuff. So, I don't know.
Yep. So that's us for this week.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hey everybody, I forgot something. This was a really important thing that I wanted to tell you all about. In our Ravelry group, we are doing a knit along, but it's a Finnish or frog knit along. So what I'm going to ask you to do is go through your stash. I know you have them, 12 UFOs that are sitting there languishing, needing some love, and make a list and number that list. After you are finished with the list, go to the Finish Your Frog thread on Ravelry to see what the project is. Each month for the next year, starting with this month being July, we are going to finish or frog one project. Choose from that. I will use a random number generator to choose which project we're going to do. So make your list. There is a place to post your list, a thread in our Ravelry group, Magpies Cottage, and you'll see that I've posted my list. One of our other fans, Laurel, has posted her list. It's a no chat thread, meaning you can't reply to my post and say, oh, nice list. No, you can only edit your own post. So here's the plan. You'll create your list and of numbered 1 through 12, and there is a little button even on Ravelry that you can create a numbered list on Ravelry, which I did. And then you can go in and edit that. And so you can just edit your first post. So for the month of July, I will show you what I accomplished on my whatever number project it is. I'm not saying you have to finish it, nor am I saying you have to frog it, nor does it have to be off of your radar completely. The point is just to give that project some love. It doesn't, I know what the number for July is, and I know what my July project is, and I also can tell you I'm not going to finish that because it's really big. But the idea here is that I'm going to pull it out, I'm going to work on it a little bit, and who knows, maybe I'll feel motivated when I'm done to actually finish it. But I don't have to. The point of Finish Your Frog is just to get some control of your UFOs and perhaps finish some things, perhaps frog some things that you didn't want to do, and just kind of manage it a little bit. Now, there are some other options, not just projects. For example, if one of your knitting goals was to organize your needles, you can list organize needles as one of your projects. And when that month comes up, that's going to be what you work on that month as your UFO, and that's totally fine. Another option might be just to organize your stash. Now, I don't think I could organize my stash in a month, but you could. Well, I could try. Maybe I could just organize some of the fingering. Anyways, the point here is you don't have to list only knitting projects. It's anything knitting or crocheting or crafting related. What are you going to do that has been languishing that needs to get done? Make a list of 12 things and we'll see where we are a year from now, and you'll be able to look at this and see what you've accomplished. All right, so now Joanne is going to merge this little section on. So I'm hoping it's there. I'm hoping that some of you join us in our Finish or Frog challenge. Okay, now I'm really done for today. Bye.